Today on DNVR Buffs Live, we're giving out our 2025 class superlatives. Who is most likely to be a freshman All-American? Who is most likely to be a fan favorite? Who is most likely to exceed expectations? And much more. Let's get into it. Let's go.
Squad.
DNVR Buffs Prime Time. Let's end the week on a high note. Coming to you live from the Toyota Lounge, driven by your front range Toyota stores. Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR. Got a lot to get to today. Our guy, Phillip Dukes, joining the show towards the end. We'll talk Julian and the 2025 recruiting class. We're going to make some picks on this weekend's conference title games. A lot of portal stuff going on and coaching movement, but we start with the 2025 signing class. We wrapped up our profiles earlier today. You're going to see the last 4 of them go up on our YouTube channel shortly. Go check them out, though. All 14 guys. We watched the film. We dug in, shared exactly what we like about them and what they bring to the table. Today, we're going to do 2025 signing class superlatives, though. We got a handful of things to get into here, starting with most likely freshman All-American.
Hoo-hoo. That's a hell of a question right there.
All right. Look, I wanted to do most likely to win a Heisman. Jake shot it down.
Overruled you, bro? That's crazy.
Because we'd all say the same guy. There's only one guy.
And I'm going to say
enough.
him for this one. Juju Lewis is the most likely freshman All-American. I honestly, maybe I'm just not in the right algorithm. I feel like people forgot about who Juju Lewis is. Not Buffs fans necessarily, but everyone else is not reacting to this the way that I think they should be. Maybe it's a deflection technique.
Is it that they forgot or they just don't know?
Or they don't want to know.
Or they don't want to know.
Yeah, ignorance is bliss, I think, is a lot of this.
Yeah, I mean, go back to our interview with Scotty McKnight, and he just says he's not normal. Mm-hmm. You can't look at him like every other high school recruit. I mean, this guy's a phenom, a true phenom coming in, and I think he's going to start right away, and I think he's going to succeed right away.
I'm not gonna lie. I guess I just assumed that Julian Lewis was off limits for this discussion.
That's how I approached it.
But I guess if it wasn't explicitly stated,
I feel like you could definitely use him for at least one.
Fair enough, and you did. So shout out to you. Again, I wasn't thinking Julian Lewis.
You guys are over here making silent rules.
We didn't even talk about this.
That's what I mean. And you said you thought there was a rule. How do we have a rule without talking about it?
I just assumed. Me and you were on the same page.
It's like prime players. You're not gonna pick Shedeur Sanders.
Exactly. But
I would.
We know you would.
In terms of my pick for freshman All-American, somebody I can see winning it, I'm following the Jordan Seaton kind of mold, if you will, with offensive linemen, making an impact right away in year one. I think that could be Chauncey Gooden on the interior of this offensive line. I mean, the young man had offers from just about everywhere. I mean, he was looked at as a Clemson lock early on in the process. Again, has everything you want in an interior offensive lineman: size, physicality, nastiness, the ability to finish. I think Chauncey Gooden is going to be looked at real soon here, maybe in as soon as a year, as already one of the better offensive linemen on this team.
I will throw out the name Julian Lewis just to say, look, I mean, we know why he came here, to play right away. That seems to be the plan. And he's just won and done incredible things everywhere he's played football. So number one, undisputed, is Julian Lewis.
100%.
That being said, I'm going to go with Adrian Wilson or
Oh.
maybe even Quentin Gibson because I see the void at the returner position.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the place where a freshman can come in right away and you don't even really need polish there. You got speed and you can break a few tackles and score a few touchdowns, flip field position in the return game. People take notice. Go back to Zachariah Branch, his freshman year at USC. That's how he really made a name for himself, was returning kicks, and that's how he became a freshman All-American. So give me, to pick one, I'll say Adrian Wilson.
I like that.
I was just going to add one here, and because I was thinking about this yesterday, it's not necessarily a superlative. Who do you think is the best athlete
In this class?
in this group? Because I think it's Adrian Wilson. His athleticism really, really pops for me.
I mean, pure athlete, Chauncey Gooden's got to be up there too, I think.
It's true. It's true. It's very hard to measure those two guys against each other.
I mean,
Yeah.
pure athlete too. I mean, Quentin Gibson got to be mentioned as well. I mean, his ability to leap, his ability to
Yeah.
run, and again, like you said, make contested catches. He's got to be up there too. But
I think you're right.
Some
though.
athletes.
I think Adrian Wilson probably is. You factor in his ability to jump out the gym, the speed that he has
The
now.
wiggle, like,
Yeah.
yeah,
all right.
No, you're right. Most likely to be a fan favorite.
I'll hop in on
And
this
there's
one.
an early leader in the clubhouse on this one. Besides Julian Lewis. I don't know where you're going, Scotty.
Quarterbacks can't be fan favorites.
True, and we might be on the
Backups
same
can.
page here.
I think we probably are.
I'm going with Montrez Walker.
Yep.
I mean, this fan base, football fans in general, love a player who just hits harder than everybody else on the football field. And that's kind of where Montrez Walker is leaning again. An absolute leader, future green dot of the defense, quarterback of the defense. And again, part of the reason he's probably already loved so much is because he is a buff. And he's been recruiting other guys to be a buff very heavily. And again, people already love Montrez Walker, but once they see him in uniform making plays at Folsom Field, they're definitely going to fall in love with this young guy.
I'll go with, because you said Montrez, I'll pick Chauncey Gooden for the same reasons. Just been out there recruiting, you know how bad this fan base wants to see a dominant O-line. And just, if he's the guy that slots in next to Jordan Seaton, you can see those two just, you know, the bond that they're going to form on the field, but also off the field, just their love of the program, their love of the game, their love for their coaches. So I'll throw out Chauncey Gooden there as an early pick for most likely fan favorite.
Like it.
I would have definitely gone Montrez as well. Maybe I just stick with Montrez, but just to add another name to the mix, I'll add Quentin Gibson. Everyone loves speed, and I think again, you know, like we talked about in our breakdown of him, what is really going to separate him from just your average small speed guy, is his ability to make plays. Like the first time that he goes up over a safety and catches a ball in their head. You know, it's going to start building the Quentin Gibson lore in Buff Nation. So he's going to be someone that people love.
Well, he talks about being a LeJohntay Wester type.
Yeah.
Let me see that real quick. He talks about being a LeJohntay Wester type, but look at what LeJohntay did in his one season at Colorado, how loved he became in just one season. So I could definitely see that. And, of course, he's a young guy, so he's going to have multiple years to do that.
Oh, yeah.
At Colorado. That's a good pick. Most likely to exceed expectations.
All right. So this guy was also in my fan favorite mix, but I wanted to save him for this one. And I'm just going to give you guys full disclosure behind the curtain here. This guy committed on Thanksgiving. It's been a fast week
It
since
really
then.
has.
And until we just did his breakdown video, I had not seen this man on
Damn,
tape.
you took my answer.
Alexander McPherson is a dog.
Yeah.
I mean, his tape, of all the tapes we watch, is certainly in my top 3 in terms of most fun tape to watch. He, as I said in the breakdown, I won't give away too much of what I said, but like he just decided no one will ever block me. And even if you succeed, it certainly wasn't because he didn't do anything and everything he could to stop you from blocking him. He just has an insane desire to get off of blocks, and that's just the beginning of it. So definitely watch our breakdown of him. But I was like, I don't know. I feel like he was part of a big group of guys that committed,
Right.
And that all just became one thing. So it takes away each guy's individual shine a little bit. put on that tape, man. This guy is a dog.
However good you think Alexander McPherson is, I promise you he's better. I mean, again, like RK said, go check out our breakdown of Alexander McPherson. That should be dropping here soon on YouTube. But, I mean, again, you know how you exceed expectations by being more polished, more technically sound than pretty much any other incoming freshman that, you know, Warren Sapp or a Damian Lewis might have seen, because that's who Alexander McPherson is. You can tell that he's been coached the right way down there at the Football Factory at IMG Academy. And, again, he is everything you want. And an interior defensive lineman, an edge rusher, whatever you want him to do on the defensive front, he's going to do it with 100% effort, high motor. I'm excited for him, and he is definitely, Alexander McPherson is going to exceed expectations.
Well, and part of that also has to go with his rating, right?
Yeah.
That is not a 3-star. They did him dirty with that rating.
Yep, for sure. I think I'm going to pick Quanell Farrakhan, because it's early, of course. But as of right now, I feel like Adrian Wilson and Quentin Gibson are kind of beating him out for the shine as of this moment. And I could just totally see Quanell coming in here and just being an offensive linchpin for this team for the next 2 to 3 seasons. Like I said in the breakdown, I mean, he's got it all. He's got the size at this point. He's got the speed. He's got the route running ability. And I think that, you know, the special team stuff that he's done as a senior in high school is kind of overshadowing exactly what he can do as a wide receiver. And I could just see him becoming a quarterback's best friend.
Love it.
Yeah.
Last one. And this will kind of open up a discussion here. I guess you could throw Julian in this if you want.
No, this one was the one that I wasn't going to put him in.
Okay. Most likely to play right away.
Okay, so let's just start by saying Julian is definitely the most likely to play right away.
Of course, yes, of course.
He's walking into a wide open position as a 5-star recruit. That being said, I go back and forth a little bit on this. I'm going to say Chauncey Gooden. Knowing that offensive line play sometimes does take time, so I won't blame any offensive lineman for coming in and not playing right away.
Right.
But I think he's ready. I think he's truly ready to come in and play right away. And I don't know how it shakes out on the line and where everyone ends up and whatnot, because there's a lot of returning players. But I just have a good feeling that Chauncey Gooden is going to be hard to keep off the field.
Like that one.
Yeah, I'm super excited for Chauncey. In terms of my guy who I think has the best chance of playing right away, it's a little Warren Sapp. Guy I talked to recently, Christian Hudson. I mean, he already has the size, the physicality, the nastiness to be a problem on the interior defensive line. 280-plus pounds, has some experience on offense. So, again, he has the athleticism to, you know, defeat smaller opponents. And, again, has the power to, you know, again, just be a menace, take on double teams. And with some of those guys in the interior defensive line, Chidozie Nwankwo, Shane Cokes, you know, being done, I think Christian Hudson, there's going to be an opportunity for him right away to kind of step in and carve out a role on the defensive line. I think he has a bright future as well.
I'm between two guys, so I'll just mention them both. I'll throw out London Merritt, just because we saw the tape and he's just so ready to play at this level right now.
Yeah.
He's versatile too. He can, you know, shift inside. He can stand on the edge. He can put his hand in the dirt. He might even be playing some linebacker from time to time. Who knows? But I think that versatility is going to be key. And then I'm going to throw out Antonio Branch Jr., because this program has shown a tendency to play these guys early in the secondary.
True.
Jaden Milliner-Jones, Carter Stoutmeyer 2 years ago. So this year, Colton Hood, DJ McKinney. They're just looking for guys who are ready in the secondary, and I think that's what we see in Antonio Branch Jr. with Cam and Shiloh leaving. There's going to be a void at safety, and I think Antonio Branch is going to make his presence known by the time first game happens.
That's a good point.
We will share. Scott will share his secrets soon.
I got y'all. I promise.
It's in the rundown. We'll get to it. How many of these guys in total play as true freshmen, though? 14 guys. Julian's in there. I mean, they say they bring these guys to play right away.
So my question is, how many? I'll reverse the question just to make it, I think, easier. How many guys will redshirt? Because I think that number is smaller than the number of guys that will play right away. And I'm thinking 10 play right away. 4 redshirt.
I'm getting 3 red shirts just going through it in my head.
Okay.
So, yeah, I could definitely see the wide receivers playing right away. I could see Chauncey, Julian, of course, as I said, London Merritt.
When we say play right away, are we talking involved in the game plan, like having a role?
Yeah.
Okay.
You mean like not special teams is what you're saying?
Yes. Kind of, yes.
Okay. Yeah. No, I think it just comes down to, did you play in enough games to
avoid the red shirt?
To not red shirt.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'll say 10 guys are legitimate contributors in year one.
And that would mean that they had a hell of a 2025 signing class, if that's the truth.
For real.
Because that means they didn't miss when they said we wanted guys to play right away.
That's what that would mean. And that's why my number that I immediately went to was 5, including Juju. Christian Hudson, I think. Chauncey on the offensive line. One of the receivers. It could be all 3 of them, like you mentioned. And at least one of the IMG guys, because them boys just come to college ready to play. But again, it could be all of the IMG guys. So
yeah.
I say anywhere between that 5 to 9 is certainly within play.
Yeah, and I'm never gonna put like ceilings on these guys.
No.
Because everyone can come in and outplay expectations and get on the field, and there's always going to be guys who surprise. But I feel like you can look at the list of guys and just knowing a little bit about their recruitment or where they come from and those sort of things and see like, okay, these guys are a little bit more of projects, which is fine. You should have those in every recruiting class.
Yeah.
Whereas these guys are more like guys that you went after and told them, hey, you're coming here to play right away.
Yep. It's going to be fascinating to watch and find out. Let's take our first break, though. And then we got a lot of portal news to get to and a lot of more other just notes, really. Shout out to the homies over at Game Time. Whatever it is, whatever sport, I mean, it's everything season right now. Football's coming down to the end. NBA's getting to the swing of things. So is the NHL. And concerts, events, whatever's you got going on in your city, hit up our friends over at Game Time. You can use Game Time Picks to see the view from your seat, find the best deals in the arena. It's all right there for you. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with our friends over at Game Time. Download the app, create an account, use the promo code BUFFS, BUFFS. You'll get $20 off your first purchase. Some terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code BUFFS, BUFFS, for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it?
Game time.
Scotty, tell the people about Sleeper.
Man, if you play fantasy football, fantasy basketball, fantasy baseball, I don't care. And you don't play it on Sleeper, you are tripping, my guy. If you think you have what it takes, download the Sleeper app and use the code BUFFS to get up to $100. A whole 100-ball match on your first deposit. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Sleeper is currently operational in over 25 states. Check out Sleeper today. I know I'm on Sleeper every damn day. I'm a commissioner in one league on Sleeper. I'm in 2 fantasy leagues, including the league I'm a commissioner. I'm actually on a bye week this week. I earned the first round bye in both leagues,
Congrats,
9-4. I get a little week off before things get real serious next week. But I love Sleeper. Like I said, I'm on there every damn day. The user interface is dope. Go get you Sleeper, man.
And the best part is you don't even have to download a new app to get in on these picks that everyone's doing these days. Same exact app, just a different little tab on the bottom. You can start making your Sleeper picks.
Yeah.
Well done, Scotty.
Appreciate y'all,
Scotty
man.
Sleeper, that's what they call him.
You guys want the good news first or the bad news?
Good news.
Good news first, then. On3 put out Freshman All-American team today, and the Buffs were represented. On the offensive line, the Buffs were represented.
Wait. Hold on now, Jake. I was told that Coach Prime doesn't recruit high school, so how could they have freshman All-Americans?
I don't know. Doesn't make sense.
Right.
And it definitely wouldn't make sense for them to have 2, right?
Yeah. But they did.
Oh.
Jordan Seaton obviously made this list. He's been a mainstay in freshman All-American weeks, going back to October? But Cash Cleveland, his teammate, and the guy who took over at center
Cash money
in the late part of the season, has made freshman All-American team. That just bodes well for the future. I mean, what we were just talking about. I mean, the proof is in the pudding now. You can come to Colorado, play as a true freshman, and make freshman All-American.
What a beautiful day, man. Cash Cleveland's a freshman All-American. like I said, the timeline is just this. What a timeline we live in.
And
Jordan Seaton absolutely had this thing locked down, just like he had the left side of the line locked down for damn near the entire season. But Cash Cleveland coming out of nowhere late in the season, kind of just, I don't want to say thrown into a starting job, but the first snap he took with the first team in a game was the first snap he took with the first team ever.
Yep.
For him to go from that to on a freshman All-American list is just remarkable. So shout out to him for being prepared for and taking and running with an opportunity and being recognized for it.
And that's why all of you out there should be elated about these IMG recruits in this 2025 recruiting class. Should be elated about the pipeline building between IMG Academy and the University of Colorado, because these boys from IMG come ready to play. Whether you're a 5-star recruit like Jordan Seaton or a future walk-on like Cash Cleveland was when he was at IMG, they prepare you to play high-level college football, and that's what we've seen, and we're going to see more of it starting in 2025 and moving forward with this pipeline that just continues to grow.
I already got off of it, but so wide receivers were Ryan Williams and Cam Coleman, two guys who are just outrageously good.
And Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah.
Is he on this?
Yeah.
He is. No,
He
first
is.
name. Yeah.
They just put it out of order. Weird. But I think if it weren't for just this supremely talented group of true freshman wide receivers, Draylon Miller would have definitely made this list.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hell yeah.
But, I mean, that's like one of the most ridiculous freshman wide receiver lists maybe ever.
I mean, yeah, it's crazy. Shedeur Sanders has been named a finalist for the Manning Award. One of 10 finalists. The award is presented annually to the best collegiate American football quarterback. His to lose, right?
It's
got to be.
Should be.
So shout out to Shedeur.
Hell yeah.
Shedeur, stop with the Raiders stuff, bro. Please.
All right, you ready for it? The portal's hopping, and today the Colorado Buffaloes have seen 3 entries. Chat's already talking about it. Let's get into it. Cordell Russell, C5, has made the decision to enter the portal. This was not too long ago. He just put out a tweet, too. It says, "Thank God for everything. I'm healthy and blessed. Learned a lot since I've been here. Everything didn't go as planned in life. Long journey, prayer emoji." We wish him well, man. He was a fan favorite.
I feel like these portal entries are, obviously when people leave, it's a big deal to the fan base, and everyone wants answers and this, that, and the other. I would say probably in 99% of cases, all you're going to get from me is I wish this guy nothing but the best. Who knows? Every guy's situation is different. Yeah. One guy enters for one reason, one guy enters for another. All I could say is I'm glad you took a chance on coming to Colorado, and, we can wish you nothing but the best moving forward.
I'm excited to see him at his next stop for sure.
So good. Best of luck to Cordell Russell. This one just came through. This is the secret Scotty was sharing on his phone. Colorado offensive lineman Peyton Kirkland intends to enter the transfer portal once it opens. On Monday, did not play for the Buffs. I don't even think he played last year at Texas. So he's got 4 years of eligibility remaining. This is just what happens. I mean, they've been trying to get deeper on the offensive line the last 2 seasons. We've talked about Chauncey Gooden a lot, and they're going to be big-time players for a lot of these portal guys on the offensive line. So Peyton Kirkland's headed out, like what you just said. I mean, shout out to him for coming out here and checking it out and giving us a chance.
Yeah, and again, you have no idea why these guys do this.
Right.
It could be they miss home. It could be, they have a friend that they want to go play with. It could be that they knew they were buried on the depth chart moving forward. Like, who knows what it is? You just tip your cap and wish them best of luck.
What I will say about both of these guys, Cordell and Peyton, both of them transferred after their true freshman season. Cordell from TCU, Peyton from Texas, I believe, correct?
Yep.
And neither of them played in their true freshman season. Neither of them played their sophomore season or redshirt freshman season at Colorado. So I don't think it has anything really to do with Colorado. But like you said, you never really know.
Yep.
Last one, Morgan Pearson has decided to enter the portal. He was part of Coach Prom's first recruiting class here, that 2023 class. I think he was a commit, actually, before Coach Prom even got here. I think he was a prior regime commitment, ended up retaining that offer and sticking with it. the last 2 seasons. He changed positions last year, so the guy's just trying to find a place to play, it seems. Went to tight end this last year. We saw him a little bit, but best of luck to Morgan Pearson as he also enters the portal.
Absolutely. Wish him luck like all the other guys. And also, I just have to say, we got a few opportunities to interact with Morgan's parents, and they were the best. So good luck to him. Hope he has nothing but success in football and beyond.
Hell yeah.
Yesterday, just talking about the Alamo Bowl matchups, I messed up.
How dare you, bro?
I read the
frick,
tweet
bro?
wrong. So to clarify,
To be fair, it was kind of confusing. It took me 3 times after you tried to explain it to me for me to understand what you were saying.
So the possible matchups for the Alamo Bowl are Iowa State or BYU versus Arizona State or Colorado.
Right. So there's a good point in the comments yesterday that technically, by this definition, both Arizona State and Colorado are considered Pac-12 teams, and this is a Big 12 versus Pac-12 bowl. So you're going to get one of those Big 12 teams in Iowa State and BYU versus one of those former Pac-12 teams in Colorado and Arizona State.
Exactly.
Good clarification, guys.
Thank you.
Way to work through that. I like that.
You know, we have no problem admitting when we're wrong.
It's an elite trait to have, bro. No lie.
Some Big 12 coaching news. Mike Gundy is in a standoff with Oklahoma State over the future of his contract.
I love
Very
the way that
fitting
was
for the Cowboys.
phrased. A standoff. Like, they really ran with that.
So what's going on right now? This is first reported by Pete Thamel from ESPN. The administration reportedly wants to restructure his contract and cut his salary. Gundy has apparently told people, but they haven't brought forth finalized details. He's currently in the middle of a rolling 5-year deal. Basically what they want to do, they want to restructure Mike Gundy's salary and convert that into NIL money, because this university is obviously kind of lagged behind in that department.
Yep.
You know, Gundy's publicly dragged his feet when it comes to some of this stuff, the new age of college football. So,
And I think their sugar daddy is no longer with us.
well, that'll play a big deal too then.
Yes.
So they're now at a tipping point of whether or not they want to keep the Mike Gundy era going at OSU.
Yeah, let me just say this. In most cases, when you are projected to finish first, second, or third in the conference, depending on where you look, and you finish DFL, that stands for dead fucking last,
Winless in the conference.
that usually gets you fired.
Yeah.
So I understand why, or I would say taking a pay cut is getting off easy. Now, if you give someone a contract and tell them, we're going to pay you this much money, and you were wrong about them, well, that's your fault. So I also don't blame Mike Gundy for being like, no. Mm-hmm. Something's got to give, though. If I'm Oklahoma State, I'd probably just say, like, hey, this has been uncool, but I think it's kind of run its course.
Yeah.
Thank you for everything you've done. We're going to go a different direction.
I mean, that's perfectly said, bro. When you have expectations like that and you deliver the season that they just had, bro, I mean, everything is on the table, especially when you're an esteemed of a coach as Mike Gundy has been throughout his, college football coaching career. And also, too, it just makes me think about the importance of a quarterback in college football.
Yeah.
Really in football, but in college football in particular. I mean, that team returned the most production in college football.
Wasn't it 21 of 22 or something crazy like that?
It was 85+% of their production from the previous season when they were in the Big 12 championship game against Texas.
Yes.
They returned pretty much everybody. A future NFL running back, Ollie Gordon, just declared for the NFL draft today. But if you have a lame duck quarterback like Oklahoma State did this year, all that other talent, really, even if you're a good coach, all that stuff goes out the window. So I think this is a kind of a referendum on that part of it, the importance of a quarterback, particularly in today's landscape of college football. But Gundy's a legend, though, I'm not going to lie. And especially those last 2 weeks, watching his pressers and even him on the sideline at Folsom a couple weeks ago, he was so checked out. He was so ready for this season to end, and rightfully so. But it'll be interesting to see how this standoff kind of unfolds in Stillwater.
I mean, they've already fired both of their coordinators.
Yeah.
It's clear that the administration at Oklahoma State is ready to move on and life after Gundy. But when you have a coaching like figurehead, a legend basically in place. It's always awkward, that transition away from them into the new era. So,
like, I don't know. He's just not making an impact the way he used to anymore. I will also say this. Remember when Coach Prime said after when he was talking about Travis and Shedeur playing in the bowl game, and he said you can lose at the end of the season, it can throw off your juju.
Yeah.
And every Florida State fan said, "Hey, stop talking about us." He very well could have been talking about Oklahoma State, because wasn't that after the Oklahoma State game when he said that? I think it was.
Yeah.
Oklahoma State, of course, gets blown out in the Big 12 championship by Texas. I can't remember what the score was, but I want to say it's somewhere around like 45-14. And then they lost to Texas A&M in the Tax Act Texas Bowl, 31-23. So like they had this great season, finished with 2 straight losses, and somehow spiraled out of control. That's my one point. My other point, as we talk about the College Football Playoff Committee and conferences and all this, I just want everyone to know Oklahoma State this season, undefeated in the SEC, winless in the Big 12. I rest my case.
just facts.
49-21 was that Big 12 title game that Oklahoma State lost a couple years ago.
Yep.
Butt whooping.
All right, let's take our next break, and then we'll do championship game picks, and then we'll speak to our guy, Dukes the Scoop. Shout out to the homies over at Elevations Credit Union with the sexiest credit card in the game.
In history.
In history. Wow, it's upgraded. The black and gold shine with that iconic CU Ralphie logo right there. It is called the Go Buffs Visa Signature Rewards Card. As I said, emblazoned with that iconic CU Ralphie logo. On top of all the benefits this card has, including 3% cash back on CU tickets and merch, 2% cash back on restaurants, gas, streaming, and phone plans, and 1% cash back on daily spending. Elevations also donates 2 cents per swipe to the CU student athletes through NIL, so you can directly support the future and current Colorado football team by opening an Elevations Credit Union credit card with them. It's the Go Buffs Visa Signature Rewards Card, the only official credit card of CU Athletics, only at Elevations Credit Union. Visit buffscreditcard.com to apply and see full card benefits and details.
Do you guys remember when Friday at 5 used to mean something?
Not in my life.
What do you mean?
I mean, that's like when my shift started in college because I was a server and stuff.
I just mean like back
Start
in the
of the
day, it's
weekend.
like Friday at 5 was the start of the weekend.
Right.
Now, you could get on the road at like 1:30 on a Friday, bumper to bumper traffic.
Yeah.
In our Slack today, someone actually had the audacity to write in there at 2:30 p.m. going downstairs to get a drink.
Wow.
And if you look downstairs, half of our office
I know,
is
yeah.
down
I
there.
saw that walking down there before the show.
Well, I'm going to be next. Right when we finish here, I'm going down there to get myself a Breck Brew on draft because we have them here, and they're amazing. We've got all sorts of different options. Jake's all about the Mountain Beach, which sounds really great right now, but we also have the Palisade Peach on tap, which absolutely hits. Whether it's Friday at 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1 for you at your job, go get yourself a Breck Brew when your weekend begins, and we have them on tap right here at the DNVR bar. I think my plan for tonight is to figure out how to get the playoff game between Carrollton and Buford on one of these TVs down here. It starts at 5 o'clock our time, and also then hang out here for UNLV versus Boise. So I'll be down there as soon as I'm done with work to get myself a Breck Brew.
It's only right.
Shout out Breck Brew.
Look at this, everyone, the whole company walking
I know,
downstairs.
literally.
This is unbelievable.
Crazy. All right, we got about 6 minutes till Dukes joins the show. Let's get through these title game picks. I just picked the top 5, so did not include the American title game. I know you guys are probably broken up that we're not picking Army versus Tulane, but
Tulane, give me Tulane.
there you go.
Same. Tulane quarterback's nice.
Yep.
Starting with tonight, the Mountain West title game. The winner has a 100% chance to make the college football playoff. And this one is different than all the other ones.
Is that actually true?
Yes.
100%?
100%.
Are you sure?
I literally saw
how-
it scrolling on the ESPN bottom line when they were talking about
How
it.
would they lose and not get in?
Because couldn't UNLV...
Or how would the winner not get in?
What if Tulane ends up ranked above UNLV?
Tulane is
I don't think that's possible
not
with how
ranked.
they're ranked. Right, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Army is 24
Okay.
and UNLV is 20.
Okay, yeah. 99% chance for sure.
A 100% chance to make the college football playoff. Again, this one's a little bit different. This is a home game for Boise. UNLV traveling to Boise State for the first time since like 5 years or something. They're going up to Boise State to play a game. The Broncos are 4.5-point favorites.
Cinderella run ends here. Give me UNLV. I don't remember what the rest of it is. Give me UNLV to pull off the upset and end Boise's run, end Ashton Genty's Heisman campaign, and the Cinderella run.
It's tough to beat the same team in a season twice.
Yeah.
And they had them last time.
This was a battle.
Also, shout out to Haj Malik for saying, I don't even know where Boise is.
Hell yeah.
When they asked if he's ever been there.
Speaking for all of us.
Boise State won this matchup 29-24 in the regular season.
Close game, man. I'm going to go with Boise, not because of their running back, actually, but because of their quarterback. When we talked about it the other day, you brought up Maddox Maxson.
Yeah.
And that was a name that reverberated back in my mind because I actually talked to him back a few years ago when he was a high school quarterback out in Utah, talking through his recruiting and whatnot. And he's been balling this season low-key, obviously with the help of a pretty good running game. 21 touchdowns to 3 interceptions this year, 2,500 yards passing. I think they'll be balanced enough and get into the college football playoff tonight.
I'll also take UNLV.
If you guys hear like ruckus coming from the bar, that's just people that work here.
Yeah. Just literally the
Friday,
entire
man.
company
As you
party.
can tell, I'm pressed about it.
You just keep looking over your shoulder.
I'm just like, what is it?
having fun over there.
It's like when Squidward looks outside of his window and SpongeBob and
Just having the time of their lives.
The Russell Crowe Master and Commander gif.
Yes.
Now Alyssa's curious. Look at that.
Yeah, let's just gotta take a look. Now.
Whole office down there.
How many people are down there?
I can't see it well.
There's so many you can't even see them all.
Bro, there's like a 12 top right here, just packed.
Wow. The SEC title game. Georgia, Texas, the rematch. Texas got beat down in this matchup during this season. I think the final score is 30-15, something like that.
Does the loser get in?
Probably, bro.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, Georgia's ranked number 5 right now. I think
And
Georgia's in.
What's Texas?
Number 2.
Oh,
Yeah, they're in.
Yeah, so this is just a formality for who's going to get the bye, basically, in the SEC. The line is 2.5 in the favor of the Texas Longhorns again, who lost this game 30-15 and got bullied by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and they were getting just wrecked in the trenches, which is why I can't pick against Georgia in this game. Give me the juice. Give me Georgia. I remember watching that game after the Buffs put BTA on Arizona, and it was like every time Texas snapped the ball, there was someone in the backfield.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that changes over the course of a few weeks.
Yeah. I mean, that's a great point, man. I'm going with Texas, though. I think if I had to pick somebody right now to win the national championship, I think it would be Texas. So I think they kind of get rolling here with a huge win this weekend. And I think that kind of leads to even some more special things down the line here this season for the Longhorns.
I'm with RK. I don't know how much changes within the course of a couple months here when Texas ran 27 times for 29 yards
Not gonna
when
cut
this
it.
game first happened. Give me the Bulldogs.
That's what I'm trying to see tonight, UNLV. Come on.
The ACC title game, the title game that is causing all the headaches when it comes to the CFP. Number 8 ranked SMU taking on number 17 Clemson. Winner gets a first round bye. SMU favored by 2.5.
Miami's so petty for not being in this game.
They blew it.
I know.
And they're out, right?
I don't know about
Yeah,
that.
I don't know. I don't know if that's...
All right. Well, unfortunately, give me Clemson. I really want SMU to win this, and I'll be rooting for them. I don't think it's healthy that the whole talk all week has been about what happens if we lose. I don't think that's good. That's just not a good place to be.
Nope.
So I think Clemson actually wins, and then maybe they win by a lot, and it makes SMU's case worse. And I'm telling you, the committee
Chaos.
is just sharpening those knives, getting ready to chop SMU and put in Alabama.
I got SMU. I don't think Clemson is a very good football team, at least a college football playoff worthy football team. SMU is really balanced, both sides of the ball, and honestly, conversely, how you feel about that narrative this week around SMU. I think all the talk about them, not losing in the playoff stuff, I think it's going to actually rile their team up and get them motivated to kind of even punch above their weight class a little bit. I like SMU.
I was with you, Scotty, but I'm just going to take Clemson now. I think they got the better guys up front. And, again, it's just like RK said, it's kind of bad juju around SMU right now, and I just don't like it.
So it's both of you against me on all these so far, I'm pretty sure.
So far. We got two more. We got to go quickly here. Penn State versus Oregon for the Big 12 title game. This is number 1 versus number 3. Again, kind of a formality for a first-round bye. The line is Oregon minus 3.5.
Give me Oregon big time. I don't think Penn State's very good. Give me Oregon.
The Big Ten sucks so much. Give me Oregon.
I'll take Oregon as well. Big 12 title game, Iowa State versus Arizona State. No Jordan Tyson for the Sun Devils. And they are 1.5-point favorites without him. Sam Levitt and Cam Scatterbu, though, they are playing.
I don't like that Iowa State can essentially focus all in on stopping Cam Scatterbu. Jordan Tyson has gone crazy this season when teams overcorrected on that, and they were able to get, single coverage over the top, and he was cooking that. I don't know if ASU has enough guys behind him to fill in that role. I think Iowa State ends up stopping Scatterbu and winning this game.
Obviously, the loss of Jordan Tyson for Arizona State, their star receiver, is a huge loss, but I think this is kind of two different styles in this fight. I think Iowa State, who I really like and was high on preseason, they're more of a finesse team. They have some really good receivers. They have a quarterback who can sling it around, but Arizona State, to me, is just a more tough, more physical team. I think you mentioned the other day, Jake, where I think you're going to pick Arizona State. Mm-hmm. I can definitely see Scatterbu running for 150-plus, even with all the attention on him, and I think Sam Levitt will make a play late. I like Arizona State.
Give me Arizona State with the Cam Scatterbu legacy game here to send the Sun Devils to the college football playoff.
Sun Devils in the college football
I think I'm
playoff.
rooting for Arizona State.
I am.
But, yeah, I don't know. No Jordan Tyson is going to hurt immensely.
It will. That is what it is. All right. The man, the myth, the legend is back. Go ahead and bring him in, Alyssa. Our guy, Dukes, the Scoop, a.k.a. Phillip Dukes. Check him out on the DNVR Scoop on the YouTube channel. He just put one up today. Dukes, since the last time we've talked, a lot has changed, man. But how you doing?
I'm good, man. So I want everybody from the DNVR channel to see I changed my hat. I had a Lakers hat on. They gave me pure hell. I didn't know. I just like the colors. I'm a Hawks fan anyway. So I go through all my hats. And I'm like, can't wear this one, can't wear this one. This has to be neutral. So this, until I get a DNVR hat or some Goonsville gear, this is my DNVR hat. Georgetown Super Neutral. But no, man, I'm just having fun. What's going on, fellas?
What's up, my guy?
What is good, man? Sorry about that. I probably should have warned you that the people would lose their mind over a Lakers hat.
Hey, man, yeah. The one thing they don't play about out here, bro, actually two things they don't play about out here is the Lakers and the Chiefs, bro.
Yeah.
Don't wear no red either, bro.
Oh, snap. Okay, man. What? I got some for it. Say no more.
Dukes, I mean, obviously signing day this week. With Julian Lewis being the headliner, just what can you say about Julian making it official, signing on the dotted line, and his ability to play as a true freshman next year?
Man, we all talk about Christmas all year long, and then Santa finally comes, and that's how it feels right now. Like, once it gets there, you're just like, oh, now what? Now you're just ready to play with your toys, so to speak. So now we want to see him in action. Can't wait till the first spring camp to see how he adjusts, to see that moxie that I've been talking about. How does he command the huddle? How does he command the locker room? Is it his locker room to command? These are all of the questions that we now get to ask from the next level of, is he coming, to what happens now that he's here? And it's just like the Colorado Buffaloes program. It went from we coming to we here. So now it's Juju was he coming, now he here. And you couldn't be more excited to be a Buffaloes fan.
I love it. If you see me leaning in to hear you like an old lady at church, it's because everyone in our company apparently started the weekend already and is partying down in the bar.
Let's go.
We did some superlatives today for the freshman class. I won't make you go through all of them because we had a few but I want to hear your take on these two. And the first one is most likely to exceed expectations for these freshmen.
What's my man? The Quinn Gibson. Quinn Gibson. I think he's somebody that you could put out a little earlier because I just think his skill set is so different. What he can do with the ball in his hands, there's no rhyme or reason to it. He's just somebody that he has an intangible skill set when it comes to he's fast but not the fastest. He's quick but not the quickest. He's strong but not the strongest. He doesn't have a ton of size, but the definition of a football player, and that's what I think. I think that he's somebody that I think he's kind of the forgotten man. Like, yeah, we saw the highlights, but can he do it on the next level? I've seen this type of guy before, and I know for a fact he's the type of guy that you can't put a finger on him in the phone booth. And I think he's going to be one of the fan favorites sooner than later. I guarantee it.
I love that. And then this next one, we excluded Juju from this conversation, but most likely to play right away.
If I had to say, it would be give me Quanell Farrakhan. I think he has a really and I always talk about guys who get open on double routes and these Instagram routes, as I like to call them. But when you're just talking about a guy who can get open on a slant,
yeah.
Hey, I need you to run this slant, run the route tree, run the regular route tree. Not a sluggo, not an out and up, not a hitch and go. I just need you to run a regular route tree. He is so polished. He's wise beyond his years when it comes to getting open. He understands coverages, and I think a lot of times when you have younger receivers, they want to get out of it. Like, it's almost like the first time somebody shoots a gun or they get a gun. They say, I want to shoot it every time I get a chance. New Year's, birthday, Easter, Hanukkah, who cares? Right? They can't wait. He's so mature that he knows when he knows when to explode. He knows that in certain sets and certain things that he gets from the defense, I have to be better about it. I can't just run the route like I'm running man coverage. I need to be able to get open in zone and sit in pockets. And that's one of the things that he has a very mature game. And I think he doesn't get enough credit for everything he does in the return game. So he's somebody that I think will play early.
Dukes, what's good, my dog? Good to see you, my boy. Obviously, the transfer portal officially opens on Monday, but that portal already portaling, my boy. You know how that go. What position do you think this positions do you think this program is gonna focus on immediately out the gate once this transfer portal opens, or maybe even some names that you think should really be on the radar of this coaching staff, this recruiting staff?
I tell you what, I can't get the names. I know a couple, but I tell you what, cornerback, tight end for sure. You'll probably see another running back, possibly a grad transfer quarterback, and those are the ones that I'm for sure, and a linebacker. Like, so you'll see that I'm willing to bet whatever that you'll see a cornerback, a linebacker, a tight end, and possibly a grad transfer quarterback. Just somebody to provide some depth, and push Juju as well.
Dukes, I mean, it is the early signing period, so we still have 2 months until the last signing day. Of course, the portal is going to open up on Monday. How much movement do you think, or how much, fireworks do you think Coach Prime and Colorado are going to have in terms of the recruiting class with 2 months still left? I know a lot of guys have committed, but do you think there are still some guys out there that they could snag up in this recruiting class?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's going to be some guys that they have to fit the culture, right? So there's going to be some guys who there's going to be some reclass guys, first of all, that haven't really announced their intentions yet, but it's going to come out sooner than later that I think Colorado could have a shot at. Then also there's going to be you're going to look at guys who are really more polished. So I would say guys who have more who are more finished products than development. I think you saw some developmental guys that you saw taking it in this class that are going to be far away from playing this year. I think now you want to start to fill in pieces of highly developed guys. So without naming names, I think that you could see possibly one or two more guys come in spring from the high school ranks. But I think they are about to hit the transfer portal very heavily and very hard.
Now, I feel like Juju could have changed this, but of course they had to lower his ranking for whatever reason that may be. But I don't know if you guys saw this. Based on the final rankings, 0 5-star players committed to any school outside of the SEC or the Big Ten. Dukes, I'm just curious if you think that is an anomaly or something that we're going to see kind of become the norm moving forward in college football.
No, that's an anomaly. Like Colorado is going to get a 5-star, and sometimes they got a 5-star this year, but like you said, that's more of an anomaly where they don't agree on the same things as far as this player goes. But when you look at the previous years, a year where you got Cormani McClain previously, who didn't pan out at Colorado, but he was a 5-star. When you look at the way that they've been recruiting, Jordan Seaton, Cormani McClain, Travis Hunter, like Coach Prime is going to get his guys. And I think every year there's going to be somebody that Coach Prime agrees is a 5-star, and the ranking sites agree too. And it's not an ESPN 5-star, but it's a composite 5-star. So right now they are kind of seeing eye to eye on that. And the reasons that the ranking sites have given for dropping Juju or saying, oh, other guys develop A and 2, he may not be as physically imposing as some of the other guys who shot up the board. If you were to compare him to a Keelan Russell, Keelan Russell has a perfect frame. He's 6'5", and as a cannon for an arm, he shoots up from being an SMU commit. No offense, but this guy was a 3-star at the start of the cycle, and he ends up becoming a 5-star. And one of the major ones has him as the number 2 player overall. But when you talk about ESPN, who I respect as much as I respect anybody, and somebody who's been working in that field, who's been in some of those war rooms, Julian Lewis is as much of a 5-star as anyone. But to answer your question in particular, I think that this 1,000% is an anomaly, and that going forward, I think it's going to be hard to keep 5-stars just in those 2 conferences. But I think that's the way that it's being set up. I mean, I think you're going to see like a Miami get a 5. I mean, Miami's going to get a 5-star. Possibly Florida State if they get it turned around. Like, these are usual 5-star destinations that didn't get them this year. Clemson not getting a 5-star. Colorado not getting a 5-star. So there are 5-star destinations. And let's say this: as SMU starts to get their bag up and they realize, hey, we had the guy, we recruited better than anybody else. We just didn't have everything else that we needed in order to complete that cycle on a Keelan Russell. So when you think about things like that, as the parity continues to increase, people know that you can win a national championship. We're watching Boise State play for a bye tonight, which is, kind of crazy, right? When you think about who won't be there. So you can go anywhere, and as long as you got the financial ramifications that go along with playing big-time football, I don't think a 5-star being restricted to 2 conferences will probably ever happen again.
Love it.
Dukes, these 2 guys, Jake and RK, were kind of talking in a group chat earlier, and I thought it was interesting just about kind of this new look, this 16-team Big 12. We know Coach Prime has proved that he can recruit at a high level. Do you think that there's another kind of team in the Big 12 that can kind of recruit kind of at the same level that Colorado does and can moving forward, just in terms of just that competition within the conference? Or do you think this staff kind of has proved that they kind of have the best, kind of feel when it comes to recruiting staff in this conference?
If there's any staff that I think is going to be important to watch, is going to be the hire at UCF and who they get. Just only because that Orlando area is chock full of prospects. You're in Florida, and a lot of guys from Atlanta it's only a 6-hour drive from Atlanta. So when you look at their roster now, there's a heavy Atlanta influence. I just don't think they have the reach of a Coach Prime, but I think you can get enough out of Georgia, Florida, and surrounding areas to be successful. Also, when you think about teams in Texas, you're always a player or 2 away or a good season away from turning that corner. So when you've got guys as much talent as in Dallas and Houston and those areas in Texas, you always got to look at a team like TCU, that if they ever really, like, they're 2 seasons removed from a national championship, that if they can have that type of season, let's say they won the Big 12 this year and their resources are together, then they can have a really good season recruiting. But from the Atlanta area and the Southeast, I think where UCF is having the most success, I could see them potentially challenging and going further out. But as far as just name recognition, like, bro, this is no BS, bro. Today, my man Matt from Atlantic Brand, who gives me a lot of clothes, a lot of my stuff that I'm like a brand ambassador for. Listen, he's at this restaurant in the West End Mall in Atlanta, like and he was like, bro, I'm literally listening to somebody, and I hear your voice. They were watching DNVR, what you guys put out earlier. I swear, bro.
Let's go, man.
Right, yep, they were watching it, dude. And my man, and matter of fact, I'm gonna get his names. I told him I was gonna shout him out. Zay Knows Law, at Zay Knows Law, man. Follow my boy Zay. But he got on the phone. He's like, nah, bro, I follow you. He was like, bro, like Colorado is different. I'm in Atlanta, bro. Like, and this is the West End. This is the West End, bro. Like, if you ain't been to the West End, you got to come and see it. But I got to take it. Like, let's put it like that, right? And they're watching what's going on in Colorado, bro. Like, and I've done a lot of stuff. I've got a lot of views in the past. Nobody has ever latched on to me like the way they're latching on to me now, or checking me out from the platforms that I'm on. And that's because of the wave that Colorado has. It's permeated just the regular big, like nobody's paying attention to the Big 12 in Atlanta outside of UCF. So for Colorado to be the furthest that you could possibly get, I don't think they're in the California teams in the Big 12. I'm not mistaken. So I would say Colorado. Oh, Arizona, like outside of the state of Arizona, Colorado is far as hell. It's a 4-hour flight from Atlanta. I done did it a few times lately. So yeah, that brand recognition, I don't think it gets any stronger than it gets than Colorado.
It's a bet.
You're a major part of it, though, Dukes. We appreciate having you on and doing, the work that you're doing with us, man. It's awesome.
Oh, man, you shouldn't have.
We got a playoff game tonight. Carrollton versus Buford. Are you headed there? What can you tell us about this game?
Man, so I was thinking about it. I got a few games I'm supposed to check out, so I may just try to line them all up on the TV and just so I can really watch. Man, what a matchup. You're talking about two powerhouses. Everybody's been waiting on this game. Two Colorado commits on the other side of each other that are very familiar with each other in Montrez Walker and Julian Lewis. When you look at all the talent that's there, right? You look at Zealous Hicks on Carrollton, Ryan Mobley. I mean, you can go on and on. You look at Buford. You got Jaden Perlotti. Devin Williams. You got Auburn. I forgot about Lil Duty Shamar, who's going to flip Florida State yesterday. I mean, the talent is off the charts. I think there's over 30 guys that'll be playing tonight that'll actually play that have Division I offers, which is insane for a high school game. So that's going to be a game to watch. Langston Hughes and Coffee County, that's going to be another game to watch. They got a chock full. They had a guy who just went off for like 600 yards in the game going against Langston Hughes. Who they're really highly ranked. It's a crazy night in the state of Georgia for high school football. I can't wait.
Love it. All right, Dukes, appreciate you. We're going to let you start your weekend here. I hope you have a great one, and we'll talk to you soon.
We'll see you soon, brother.
Appreciate you, dog.
Hey, man, take care, man. See y'all soon.
Yes, sir.
All right. There goes Dukes. Great to check in with him. Let's take our final break, then we'll get to Super Chats and get out of here so RK can go down into the bar.
Whoa. It's not about me, bro. It's not
looking
about
over
me.
his shoulder
He
couple
even
minutes.
had to tell Dukes about it. That's how much he wants to go down.
I thought that I want to be down there. I'm mad about them being down there.
Either way.
I'm trying to work.
Shout out to our friends at Circle K. They literally fueled our Great American Stampede, and they're going to be my one-stop shop on the road for whatever I need here on out. Gas, drinks, snacks, even get some food there at Circle K. They've
Hey,
got
John, we didn't know it was Half Day Friday.
Join the Inner Circle program. Get 20 cents off your first 5 Phillips at Circle K. Every 5th item free on drinks, snacks, rollers, ton stuff more. Download the app, sign up for the Inner Circle for exclusive offers. New offers, purchase clubs, and sweepstakes are uploaded weekly.
Also, shout out to Toyota. I love my Toyota. You guys already knew that, though. Best in the game. Best there ever was. Get your Toyota now. If you haven't driven a Toyota, the second that you do, you'll wonder why you haven't driven a Toyota your whole life. That's at least what happened to me. So visit a Front Range Toyota store today at a location near you. AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corbin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota is a proud partner of CU Athletics and the official vehicle of DNVR.
No comment, Mo. Let's get to Super Chats and get out of here.
GAS stands for Great American Stampede.
Of course, always.
Obviously.
Eugene, what do you guys think of Keyshawn saying Miller Moss should go to Colorado and they should sit Juju for a year so we can learn? I think that was a dumb take, honestly. You're absolutely right, Eugene.
Yeah,
look, I know it's your job to go on TV and, go be Keyshawn and all that. But you don't understand college football. Like, you don't watch it like you're watching the NFL.
Most of these guys don't.
No.
Nothing against Keyshawn specifically. All of these guys, like, most of them get hired to talk about the NFL or the NBA and then get thrown into all these other conversations about different sports. But Keyshawn is not alone in that take that Colorado should bring in a veteran quarterback.
Dukes just mentioned it.
Yes. But I still think that those quarterbacks are going to be of a different class who aren't expecting to come in and start and show out for their last year of college. I feel very, very confident that Juju is going to be the starting quarterback for this team.
I agree.
As early as week 1.
Just wouldn't put too much stock into what Keyshawn has to say. It's my 2 cents on that.
Well said, Scotty. Devin says Colorado will possibly waste talent and have a ceiling to what it can accomplish if Coach Prime doesn't get rid of his playbook and let Pat actually run the offense.
What, bro?
Thank you for the super chat, man. Jeffrey, do y'all think when Travis wins the Heisman, CU will retire the number 12? They should.
They should.
College teams don't really retire numbers.
They should.
It's just you have so many players. You're going to have 105 scholarship guys.
This is the best player to walk through the
Half
Champions
the roster
Center.
wearing duplicate numbers anyway.
I'm just telling you, they even had one retired number, and they unretired it for Preston Hodge.
Then make a Travis Hunter patch, a Heisman patch. I don't care.
I'm not against it. I'm just trying to be realistic here. It just doesn't happen a lot. I still want, like, Salah Nessie to be honored some way in the stadium.
Yeah, he just has the locker, huh?
Yeah.
Big Teasy in the house. I just wanted to support the channel and wish you all happy holidays. Seriously, what are your plans to build on the channel for next season? FDP cam, rearrange the set, chat giveaway, RC cam on the bus. Let's go. Alyssa/Jake show. All those sound like
good
awesome
ideas,
ideas.
Teasy.
Yeah.
If you want to see an RC cam on the bus, just go find the clip of when I came back from down 21 points in the last 2 minutes to beat him in CFP. We had a camera on him for that.
Yeah.
But we will grow. We will make moves, make changes, make upgrades. That's what we always do.
Yep. Thank you, Big Teasy, for always supporting. Devin again says Dylan Theneman and Trey Tomlinson are dogs at the DB position that Colorado needs to look out. Dylan, we talked about already. Trey Tomlinson is a DB from Richmond. This last year had 27 total tackles and 6 passes broken up, listed at 5'10", 175.
Thieneman's a player, dude. I mean, they both are, but Thieneman, that's a starter at pretty much every Division I college football program. He's
Love
a
it.
player.
Love it. I'm sure the coaches will do a great job finding guys in the portal.
I agree. Wayne says, "Donkey punch the like button. FDP is the MVP." Thank you, Wayne.
People are kind of slacking on the like button. Our views have
I
been
know.
up,
Yeah.
which is great. Got to get those likes.
Yeah, hit that like button if you're enjoying the content. Tom Carlson with the super chat. I bought my daughter a cruise for Christmas that
Big
happens to
baller.
be over the Alamo/Holiday Bowl dates. Am I a bad father if I reroute her Christmas trip to stateside and a bowl game? LOL.
You can't be a bad father if you bought your daughter a cruise for Christmas.
Facts.
Look,
Can't be.
new cruise. Starts in the Gulf, or starts in Florida, goes across the Gulf to Texas, little jaunt up to San Antonio, and then back onto the boat.
There you go.
There it is.
That's funny, man.
Shout out to my pops.
Hey,
My
yeah,
OGs
shout out
are in
to
Germany right
Steve.
now.
Dang.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
man. Big ballers. I'm trying to get like
Wow.
them one day. For real, for real.
Oh, yeah, man. This was a fun week of the show. A
It really
very,
was.
very fun week of the show.
Definitely.
And it's about to get even more fun next week because the portal actually opens.
Yep. And then the week after that is a
It's a game
bowl preview week.
practice, something, yeah.
Yeah. Love to see it.
So stay tuned. We should get some news on that practice schedule and stuff here soon. Last minute super chat from Tampa Bong. From the Philippines, did you hear that Oregon freshman offensive tackle Jaquan McCroy, the clicks and views guy who threw the hat, plans to enter the transfer portal? Anyone willing to forgive will Coach Prime offer? I doubt it. I think they got their developmental tackle in this recruiting class.
I think so too.
Best of luck to Jaquan McCroy. It's about to get really fun here, man. I'm very
Hell
excited for what's about to happen with this football program. It's a shame football season's ending, but we're going to still have fun.
True.
See you guys on Monday.
Enjoy
Let's
your
go
weekend.
Buffs.
Let's go Buffs.
Welcome y'all silly like the mayor.